Oh, hello. Welcome to Fire with Uncle Chris, a new series starting because Devan's here again, getting older, and he thinks he's too old for cooking with Uncle Chris.
I never said that.
He never said that. So as I face my growing irrelevance in the world as a middle-aged man, I also face growing irrelevance as an uncle. But the good thing about me is there's a lot of random stuff in this garage that these kids these days don't know anything about. So today we're going to scare some daddies out there, we're going to scare some moms out there, and we're going to learn step one of how to weld, which is the oxygen acetylene system. Very scary. Now, nobody uses this system anymore, which means you'll be instantly old school if you learn how to use it. Why does no one use it? Because it's dangerous. Okay. And other reasons. But like most things in life, it's dangerous. It's inherently dangerous. But it's way less dangerous if you know what you're doing and someone shows you how to use it. And then it becomes like not that dangerous.
Why is it dangerous?
Because of a number of reasons. Okay, good segue. This is compressed oxygen. It's compressed in here at like 2,000 pounds per square inch. Okay, so if we knocked this thing off right here, 2,000 pounds per square inch would come shooting out of there, which would turn this entire thing into a rocket, which would smash completely through the next door neighbor's door. So this is very dangerous. This is acetylene. This is very dangerous for a different reason. This is not highly compressed. They look the same, but they're different. This is not highly compressed. However, this is highly unstable and explosive. So those are two reasons why this is dangerous. Questions?
Nope.
Okay. What we're going to do first is open these bottles. Just put some glasses on before we do this. We're going to open the oxygen bottle first. The oxygen bottle has a, you want to just like ease into it, okay? Don't go crazy. And then once you've eased into it, you want to open it all the way because this valve is meant to be opened all the way. Are you getting all this?
I'm standing back because I'm scared.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well you have to come over here and see the regulator. This is a regulator. Stand right here. Now this is open all the way. This gauge right here is telling you how much is in there, and it's still in the green, but it's like coming down to being like half full. And this is how much pressure we're going to put into the torch. Are we going to put 2,000 pounds of pressure into the torch?
Yes.
No way. This whole thing would go shooting across the room and we'd all be dead. What we're going to do instead is take this 2,000 pounds of pressure and put into that torch only 5 pounds of pressure. And this thing is so cool that you can turn it from 2,000 down to 5. So how we're going to do that? We're going to open up the oxygen valve, and then we're going to turn this until we get to 5 pounds of pressure, which is actually very hard to see because the first one's 25, which is annoying about this gauge. So that's probably about 5. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, good. The reason this gauge is so high is that you can use this gauge for a lot of other things like cutting that require more oxygen. Okay. Then we're going to step over to the acetylene canister, and we're only going to turn it 3/4 of a turn. Why? Because that's very dangerous. So if anything bad were to happen, we need to be able to turn off immediately. Okay. Open the acetylene valve, and we're going to bring this to about 5, or 4 actually, sorry, 4. That's 4. Questions?
Nope.
Okay. Then we're going to come over to our area. This is our welding area. I have this Darth Vader thing because I need reading glasses because I'm old. Okay. You have that. These are fire bricks because I don't want to melt the table. Okay. This is sheet metal, so I don't melt the table.
So you weld on this thing?
I'm going to weld on there. Do we want to weld on a wood workshop? No.
Nope.
But that's what we got. We're going to put a piece of metal here, put a piece of metal there. Okay. then we're going to learn how to use the torch. Okay, learning how to use the torch means first thing you got to do is pressurize the system. All this is pressurized now. What if there's a leak and there's fire flying out the sides?
Fire can fly out the sides.
Right, which is why before you came here, ladies and gentlemen, I sprayed this gas leak detector spray on all the connections so that we don't leak. Okay. Are you following this?
Yeah.
First thing we're going to do is flip down. Ready? Acetylene, just a crack. Sparker. Okay. See that smoke coming off? You can't tell probably because you got this.
No, I can see it.
You want to kind of turn it up until you get rid of that smoke. And that's pretty good. Then you add the oxygen. When you add the oxygen, the flame completely changes. I'm adding it very slowly. See those 3 flames?
Yeah.
You want them to become one, and that means the proper proportion of acetylene and oxygen are being burned.
Aren't there still 2 though?
The big one I'm not talking about, I'm talking about the small one.
Oh, okay.
See, if I lost a little bit of oxygen,
Oh,
you would have, that's called an acetylene flame.
Yeah.
We want to increase the oxygen until we get right there.
Okay.
Then we want to turn it off, we do the reverse, and we turn the oxygen off, and then we turn the acetylene off. Okay, see that? That's not good.
What?
That means there's a flashback in there.
Oh my god.
Alright, what's just happening?
Okay, what is the first thing you're going to do is tuck through first.
Open the oxygen.
Those are all open.
Okay. Then you.
Yeah, first thing you do is put on your gloves, which I didn't do,
Okay.
which is ridiculous.
Alright.
Okay, first thing you do is put on your gloves. Okay, and then when you light it, which way are you going to light it? Are you going to light it like this?
I'm gonna light
No.
it that way.
Are you going to light it at needle foil like this? You're just going to hold it like this, so it's not in danger of anything.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. And then I open the acetylene.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Spark.
Okay.
Okay, try that.
Alright.
Just a little bit.
Facing the right way.
That looks good. Okay. Get the sparker ready.
Good.
Did you open?
Yeah.
Did you open just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, get the sparker before you start filling the whole place with gas.
Okay.
Spark. Okay, looking pretty good. Just a slight bit more acetylene, slight bit. Okay, cool. Now slowly oxygen. A little sticky, slowly oxygen. Nice. Slowly, slowly until both flames are the same size. Right there.
Good.
Cool. Now turn it off the oxygen first. And then acetylene.
Is it on fire?
Nope.
So
I think
no,
I just need
no
a little.
flashbang.
No, that's good. Flashback is very dangerous. I'm not going to tell you what happens when you use that flashback.
Oh my god. This is scary.
Okay, now we're going to do what's called a fusion weld. This is the only thing we're going to teach you today, and then you're going to know the basics of oxygen. Should we be wearing shorts while we're welding?
No.
No. Should we be wearing like boots? And yes, but this is like, we're doing basics here. Ready?
Yep.
Acetylene.
My
Spark.
gloves.
Yes. Get rid of the smoke. Right there. Oxygen. Okay, now get close to me. Everyone holds this differently. I find that holding it back here is the most comfortable. You would think that it would be most comfortable to hold it here. I don't find that the case. Some people hold it like a pencil. That's often good. So it's up to you. I tend to hold it back here. We have 2 pieces of metal here, and what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is called a fusion weld. Which means that these 2 pieces of metal, we're going to heat up to the point that they flow together.
Okay.
Okay? Can you see what that looks like? Can you see that?
Yeah.
You see it's getting orange?
Yeah.
It has not.
See it.
It has not flown together yet. Can you see the puddle starting yet?
Yeah. Tiny bit.
See the puddle starting?
Yeah.
You see it disconnected?
Yeah.
Now I'm moving it slowly, the same angle. Look, you have to have a little bit of a forward angle. You see how I kind of had to push it that time? This is the skill that all welders have to learn, which is called manipulating the puddle. I'm not good, but if you use other welding techniques, it happens so fast that you don't have a chance to manipulate the puddle. This is a good skill to learn, manipulating the puddle until it connects and then moving it forward. Moving it forward just when it connects. Are you picking this up?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Okay, let me get the pliers. This is hot.
Yeah.
And if, in most cases, we don't want that because that would make the metal weaker, because the metal required to fill the gap would be taken from the original pieces.
Yeah.
So what we have instead is, I didn't bring any out, these things called filler rod. In your left hand, you're going to fill it with some metal, fill the hole, fill the hole. However, this is pretty strong. Just by itself, this is pretty strong. So I bet you penetration was not sufficient.
If you welded it all the way down, do you think it would work?
It would have been less likely to break, but it still would have broken because the penetration was not sufficient.
What does that mean?
It means that the molten metal we saw that looked like the connection in between, it was just on the very surface.
Oh, okay.
And we want it to be all the way through. So we're going to do that again, and then you're going to try it. And it sounds to me like I need to stay in the puddle longer. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Devan will give it a shot, and then we'll conclude this lesson of randomness in Uncle Chris's garage. Settle in. Get rid of the smoke. It's usually right about there. Stick the oxygen valve. Pretty brand new. Wait till both flames are together. That looks about right to you?
Yeah.
Hot in there. See this move out with my left hand?
Yeah.
Keeping it stable. It's a good idea, but it's also a bad idea, because if I want to be a good gas welder, I have to use the filler rod with my left hand.
Why are there so many sparks this time?
This is just about impurities, don't worry about it. I'm kind of changing angles, trying to get it to connect, and as you can tell, having a hard time.
Yeah. Is that just because you already melted it?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Are there sparks landing on your head?
That's why I got a face shield on.
I know, but they're like flying in your helmet.
Should we be wearing shorts while we're welding? Have less like impurities that, there we go. See that connected?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta like move it around and try to get it to connect. I'm keeping the puddle together longer this time.
Don't get scared, there's a giant beetle thing behind you.
Oh my god.
Ah! Is it gone then?
Yeah, it's gone.
I'm the one with the torch in my hand.
I know, I'm just telling you, it was one of those things from yesterday.
Where'd it go?
It flew out.
Dinosaur.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
If anything scary happens, what are you gonna do?
Flip and sit on there.
That's actually a good answer. But if anything scary happens beyond that, just drop the torch and I'll run and turn it off over there.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Now hold it like that. That feels the most comfortable.
many hazards in here. Christopher, careful. Oh my god. Where is
It's
it?
gone. It's gone.
I hear it smacking around.
It's gone. It literally flew over the house.
Oh my god.
This is great for you.
Like,
You still recording?
yes. Because you're gonna edit it out. Alright.
Yeah, you can do it like that, just knowing that if you ever were to be better at this, you're going to need to use your left hand or your right hand for the rope.
Oh.
He's a lefty.
But as a, or in your case, the right hand for the rope.
Yeah. Alright.
Now you can also, if you want, you can travel in this direction.
Yeah.
I like to travel in this direction.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go that way.
Yeah, a slight angle is good.
Ready?
Right. A little more settling. Perfect. Up, in slowly. And then up, just a tiny bit more. Yep. I didn't tell you this, so you do not want the tip to touch, but yeah, you want to get a little close like that. And wait right there until you see the puddle. And then,
My hands are shaking.
and then that's why I like to stand. You see how the top is hotter than the bottom? That tells me that you need to lift up your angle a little bit. And then you want to face, now we got a pulse starting. We want to stay there. Okay, it's connected. Now slowly start to bring it to your right. Yeah. Very nice. And slowly start to bring it to your right. Nice. You're doing everything right. Just keep there. Don't shake too much. You better way too fast. But yeah, you can go back and back a little bit. Nice.
Now what?
Oxygen off, acetylene off. Yeah. Acetylene off.
Scorched your wood a little bit.
That's a fire brick. You didn't scorch it, but the acetylene is so dirty that you were facing it directly on the brick, and then it just puts soot on it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fine. It'll wipe off. Devan Zachariah. Oxygen, acetylene, fusion weld. One of only less than 1% of 16-year-olds in America can do that.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
Okay, we always want
A little wobbly,
let's
but-
do a turn off. Okay, turn off. We're going to turn off the bottles first because any danger from the torch is minor compared to any danger that would be if like this caught on fire. Right? So
Yeah.
the bottles are off.
Are you sure everything's off? Are you sure it turned it in the right direction?
Of course I do, but I'm not done with the shutdown yet. Okay, then after we go turned off the bottles, there's gas existing all throughout these lines, which is not safe. So we want to bleed them. Okay, we just bleed that out. Oxygen. Bleed it out. Okay, then we're going to back off the regulators, just because it's better for the regulators to keep them in the off position when you're not using it. Back off the regulators. Okay, so now we have closed bottle, no gas in the tubes. Regulators backed off. You can go home.
Are you sure? Can you just check again? You just look and make sure you did everything.
Oxygen off. Acetylene off. Regulators backed off all of them. Torch open, nothing coming through. Oxygen open, nothing coming through. Okay, now let's see if the fusion weld actually produced any strength. It can produce some strength. Is it enough to get the vice test?
Oh.
Pretty strong.
Let's actually give it the hard vise test.
Whoa.
50 pounds of pressure.
Alright, that took a little bit of force.
50 pounds of pressure, maybe. Yeah. So is it strong enough for structural materials? Hell no. But if you were making an art project, you know, and obviously we would be better next time because we would allow more penetration than we did this time. We'd probably turn up the heat a little bit more. You might even use a bigger tip. They sell tips in all different sizes.
That's pretty fun.
We call it a success. We
Yeah, I think so. Good work.
NC.